MARIAH the Scientist, Seattle, Washington. This is your number before you go. Let's get into it. You guys are going to be at the Shadow Box Sodo on Saturday, March 21st. Capacity of that venue is about 2,100 people. Doors are going to open at 7 and show us at 8. Let's go ahead and break down showtime. There are 2 openers for this show. Akia is first. She comes in at about 8 o'clock, and then you have 4 Bats who follows her at about that 8:30, 8:40 mark. MARIAH is going to be out anywhere between that 9:30 and 10 o'clock mark. Sometimes it's been about that 9:45 mark. Box office is going to open at 6. Those who have VIP packages, you have the meet and greet, and then you have the regular VIP, please be on the lookout for an email from One More Time VIP. They are going to give you your arrival time because it is going to be different than general admission. This venue is a mix of standing room and some tables. The tables were sold as upgrades, okay? They want you guys to check in at the coat check, and then a server will escort you to your table. Please remember to bring your IDs because you had to be 21 and above to purchase these tables, so they're going to want to check your ID. Queuing up. For those who want to queue up to get kind of in front of the stage, to get barricade, this venue does not have a set time that you cannot queue before. So that means that if you want to come the day before, you can line up. But of course, you will not need to come the day before. The earliest that I have seen has been around that 4 o'clock, 4:30 mark. Bags. No backpacks or large bags. The bags can be no larger than 16 by 16 by 8. 16 by 16 by 8. If you have mace or pepper spray on your keychain, please remember to take that off. That is considered a weapon. A lot of times we can forget about that because it's just normally on our keychain. So wanted to mention that. Once again, IDs. For those who have tickets at the box office, you'll need your IDs. And if you want to purchase alcohol in the venue, you will need your IDs. The venue does have coat check that they mention. You can store, of course, your coats if needed. I don't know if you're going to need those at night, but also any available restricted items that you bring, they can also be stored in coat check. They don't mention a cost for a coat check. Portable fans and portable chargers, both that can fit in your bag. Okay, if you're going to try bringing a portable fan, I would make sure that it can fit in your bag. Portable chargers typically are not a problem. A lot of times they want them to be no bigger than your phone, but portable chargers are not an issue. Selfie sticks, however, are an issue. They are a no. The venue is cashless, so remember to bring your cards or think tap to pay if you want food or merch. No smoking. No smoking or e-cigs are permitted, and they do mention that no re-entry is allowed. Cameras. Only point and shoot or non-professional cameras. Okay, so no GoPros, no DJI cameras, no cameras with detachable lenses, or SLR type digital cameras. Outside food. No outside food or drinks, including water bottles of any kind. No non-labeled, improperly packaged prescription drugs or eye drops, whether they are prescription eye drops or non-prescription eye drops. So please, if you have to bring medication, typically they want you to bring only what you need for that particular show, just that time frame, and just make sure that if it is a prescription, it has your name that matches your ID. And if it's over-the-counter medication, make sure that it is in the box or the package that it was purchased in. Parking for this venue, they do not have any public parking available. They mentioned that there are several parking lots that are nearby and street parking if you're lucky. So you can go through Parkwiz or Spot Hero to purchase parking passes in advance if you like. If you want to do Parkwiz, you can go on their web or their app. You want to put in MARIAH the Scientist, and it will pull up all of her shows. You're going to pick the Seattle show, and it will spit out for you what parking lots are available and their prices. What I would suggest you look at are the details for whichever lot that you pick. This one just lets you know that it is an unobstructed lot, but if you're looking for ADA parking, it will include that information at the bottom in the details if it is a lot that has ADA spots available. And then the other piece of information would be the time that your reservation is for. You can find this by looking at the pencil next to the word scientist at the top. If you click on it, it will give you your arrive after and depart before time. This one is 7 to 12. So for whichever reservation that you select, I would suggest that you look at this time because they're not guaranteed to be the same. Alternate means of transportation. They do have some, and I would probably go this route if possible versus trying to drive to the venue. Of course, your typical ride share, the bus or the light rail, okay? And for the bus or the light rail, I would just use Google Maps. If you put in your starting point and put in your ending point, it will spit out for you what is available, and you keep that app open and it will ride with you as you go, just as it does when you are driving. But because of the situation with parking, I would definitely recommend one of those alternate means of transportation. Weather for the evening, at least what it was forecasted as at the time of this recording, 40 degrees and a few clouds. So Seattle, Washington, a wonderful night for a show. That is your number before you go. So let's revisit the set time for the night. I know I did mention the 2 openers and what time she's going to come out. Now, for those who are not interested in necessarily seeing the openers, who may not want to stand for a long amount of time, and who's just interested in seeing Mariah, I would recommend you getting there probably at around 9 o'clock. Okay, that's going to cut down on your wait time. That's going to cut down on your standing time. But please remember that by doing so, you may sacrifice getting up close and personal on the stage. You may be further back, of course, in the crowd. But that's just something that has to be sacrificed. Of course, if you don't want to wait and you don't want to stand, because she is not coming out at 8 o'clock. Okay. For those who do want to see everybody, or those who are interested in getting very close to the stage, please realize that you're going to be standing for a while if you are a standing room and not a table. And with that, you might want to think about your feet. Okay. I know us ladies like to be cute, but if you have to stand from at least 8 until the time she comes out, not including whatever time that you have to stand just to wait to get into the venue, you're going to be standing. Okay. So something to consider. And I'm covering this in more detail with my Know Before You Goes for this show now, because I see commentary back and forth about the time that she's coming out and her being late, et cetera, et cetera. It's not a matter of being late. The show starts at 8 and she has a set time for when she is supposed to come out. And she's coming out pretty much around that time. Okay. So just want to be clear about set time, time for the evening, what to expect, and how you can plan accordingly. If you do purchase parking, please make sure that you download your parking passes so that you have those ready to go. You can scan if you need to scan, or you can show a parking attendant and you can keep parking moving. The same thing for your tickets for the show. Please download them, put them in their respective apps, Apple Wallet or your Ticketmaster mobile app, whichever one. This venue will get hot. I am not sure if the venue is going to be passing out bottles of water like her past venues, but hopefully they will. But if not, please find a way to keep yourself hydrated, because we don't want anyone passing out. Pack your patience. It is going to be tight. It's going to be tight. You'll probably be shoulder to shoulder, and you will be standing for a while, as I've stated before. So please pack your patience. Any questions, any comments, drop them down below. I try to definitely get back to you and answer them as quickly as I can. If you are not attending the Seattle show, but you are attending an upcoming city on the Heart Soul Separately tour, and you want to be in the Know Before You Go, please feel free to follow me. As well as if you are attending one of the hot and upcoming tours of the 2026 year, I am your girl. I will have you covered. Please feel free to follow me as well, because I'm covering a lot of those tours that we have this year. Other than that, Seattle, please be safe. Keep yourself hydrated. The show is 100 out of 100. Enjoy. Bye.